thing I ever get said to me was, "Oh, if I was you, I'd be dead by now." Imagine that. And I'm not, as far as I know.
Were you 17?
No, you know what? We never got time to celebrate. That was the one thing in One Direction that I always hated. And so, I mean, I started to celebrate really early into award shows. I'd made sure I had a good time while I was there, because I knew I was going to be on a plane to Japan and like sleeping on the floor. We used to have really big security guards, and like I literally have slept like 14 hours on the floor to Japan before, and woke up on the floor and then like been greeted by 6,000 people.
So crazy, man.
And it's not that you want to beat your brand, because no one will beat our One Direction. Not one of us in our lifetimes. In another lifetime, somebody might. But we were like the new wave of the Beatles. And even still, people didn't say we beat the Beatles. You know what I mean? You're never gonna.
It's different era. Exactly,
and that's what happened with our fame as well. We were just that of this era.
You know what? You didn't even look at that when you were in One Direction. It was really weird actually until it finished, and like I remember being on the phone to Lou after and being like, "Wow, like that was really something."
As the band kind of stopped and we had a number of months off, it was almost like going through some like weird early retirement. Find yourself, especially after the band, you know, we were so used to being together and being known, you know, people still call me One Direction in the street. It's like, it's your name.
To be fair, no, I think it'd be weird to be a solo artist. I mean, I look at people like Justin Timberlake and like Robbie Williams, where I'm from. I saw a show of his the other day and just thinking like how they've managed to achieve success on top of the success they already had. Like NSYNC were huge, but then Justin Timberlake's managed to build on that somehow, but I don't really know how it'd work. It kind of scares me a little bit, to be honest with you. So I don't know, I like having, you know, the comfort of the other lads on stage and stuff, and the vibe you can have, and there's always someone to chat to rather than just being on your own, you know what I mean? It's
sure.
Like,
you know, it's tough out there singing these songs on your own. Some of them are really difficult. There's a reason there was 4/5 people there to overtake sometimes.
So when I often think about somebody like Justin Bieber, who kind of went through his whole level of fame by himself, he had no one else who knew what it was like to be Justin Bieber, which I think's, you know, kind of hard. So I tend to give him a little bit of a break sometimes. Whereas, you know, for us, we had each other and we all knew what it felt like to be in One Direction, and it still feels that way today.
With most of them, I think other people just want their space, and also, you know, we worked together for 5 years. For some of us, we didn't really have that much in common, except for that we had a job together. Now we don't have that job together any longer. There's not really any real reason for us to talk that often.
I think everyone's settling into themselves at this point. I know I am, for sure. I had a lovely phone call from Harry the other day who was checking in on me, and I mean, it's always like some people have got sixth sense for you, right, that you're going through something, so they'll check in, and he's very much like that. He's a lovely, lovely boy. I love him to pieces. And then Louis I speak to a lot.
I mean, I speak a lot to Louis, who's obviously, you know, he's had a crazy few years, more so than anyone, you know, a very sad few years for him, actually. But he's doing amazing. You know, he's transformed him into the most beautiful human being ever.
Things I would say Louis is the one that I turn to the most. I think when we were in the band, if there was ever like a problem band-wise, me and him would always try and figure it out together. So we often do that through life now as well, which is good.
The rest of the boys are really stuck by me, and when I needed them most, they, you know, kind of came to the rescue. Even Zayn as well, which is why, you know, I did send him a little thank you online actually.
For each of us as members, we wanted to see what we could do. And I'm really happy with my success I've had so far. What I don't know is how much of this idea was mine to go with as to be in the music career. But I think it's all fairly, it's laid out as it is now, and we've all had our success in completely different areas. And also, musically, we didn't really go down the same route. I think Harry's done amazing, you know. I mean, first album, he had the one song off, which did really, really well. And then his second album, he found himself. And that is your awakening as an artist. That's when it really clicks. I don't feel like I've had that moment within me yet. I've written some songs recently that I'm really proud of and happy with, but I don't feel like I've had that moment yet.
When we get Harry Styles, Louis Tomlinson, Liam Payne and Noah and Zayn Malik for a collab this year, honestly, I don't know where half of them are. I imagine if we scream loud enough, it'll be like Avengers Assemble and everyone will just mosey. Is anyone behind that curtain? I would enjoy a collab. That would be fun.
I mean, at the moment, we seem to just get asked all the time if we are you getting back together, aren't you getting back together? The truth is, I think it's a matter of when at the moment. Everyone's super comfortable doing their own thing and everyone's really happy doing their solo stuff. You know, I'm really enjoying this at the moment. I've had great success doing this at the moment, which has been really, really fun. And it's great to watch everybody else venturing out and doing their own thing. So, I mean, it's more to do with where some other people in the band's heads are at with it, to be honest with you. So
I'll say it because he brought it up quite recently, but the whole thing of the talk about the reunion, like for me, I'd rather we talked about it sooner rather than later, because I don't want to. It's tough touring that sort of a record, and I enjoyed touring for what I enjoyed it for, but there's parts of it that really limbo, and also not knowing whether or not we're going to come back. Are we going to come back? Everyone's asking, and it feels like pressure to come back. It's almost like your parents going, "When's Baby 2 coming?" You know what I mean? It's like, oh my god, now we got to have another one. So that's wild to me, and having to deal with that at a young age, I was always going to mess it up somewhere, is what I would say about myself, because that's, like he says, the worst day ever. You know, the day the band ended, I was like, thank Lord for that. And I know a lot of people are going to be mad at me for saying that, but I needed to stop or it would kill me. And I was like, thank the Lord. And then after that, trying to like funnel your way back into society, be like, hey guys, I'm still here. Turning up at Tesco's